This lesson we're going to learn Greensleeves, a very lovely little tune that was written hundreds of years ago. Supposedly, rumour has it was written by Henry VIII, but I have my doubts about that. Let me play it for you now. To begin with, you need to press your middle finger on the 3rd string 2nd fret, which is an A. And you play that note with your right hand, either your first finger or your middle finger of your right hand. So you hit this note by itself, it's a single note, and then we go to our first chord, which is really only made of 2 notes. We need our first finger on C, and the other note in the chord is the open 5th string. So we play the 5th string and the 2nd string at the same time. The thumb will play the 5th string, and once again, either your middle or index finger of the right hand will play the 2nd string. And you just play it together like that. So we have. Then moving on, we have another chord, again a 2-note chord, and the proper way to place your fingers with this chord would be middle finger on the 5th string 2nd fret and little finger on the 2nd string 3rd fret, like that. And again, the right hand plays the same 2 strings. So we have, and then for the next chord we have the 3rd finger on C, which is 5th string 3rd fret, and we hit the 5th string and the 1st string with the right hand to get that. So from the beginning we have. Now, if you find it difficult to play the 2nd chord we did with these fingers, that is the middle and the little finger, you may want to try switching to the 1st finger and the 3rd finger like that. So you'd have, and then you'd go to there, and then in this case the next chord would be held down with the middle finger like that instead of our 3rd finger. So we have to that point there. Now try and make sure when you go from this chord to this chord and to this chord that the parts move smoothly and they sound nice and clear. We don't want that choppy kind of sound like that. Anyway, let's go on. So we have this. I'm going to use these fingers. And then we have an F sharp on the 1st string, that's 2nd fret, to an open E. So we have. And I'm actually holding the bass note down using this fingering here with the 3rd finger. From there, I reach over. That way the bass, this note, the bass note being the 5th string, has some resonance to it. So we have. Now if you're using the alternative fingering, which would be like this, you would use the 1st finger for the F sharp and the open E, and you'd keep your middle finger pressed down on the C on the 5th string. Once again, the alternative fingering. Now we'll continue on. The middle finger goes to the 6th string 3rd fret on G. 3rd finger goes to the 2nd string 3rd fret on D. And you play those 2 strings. Thumb on the bass note, which is the 6th string, and either finger of your right hand plays the 2nd string. Like that. So we have. Now the next note is an open B, which is the second string open. But notice how I'm keeping my middle finger down on the G on the sixth string. That's still ringing. So we play the two together, lift off, hit the open B. One more time. And from the beginning again. And then our next chord is the middle finger goes to the fifth string, second fret, which is a B, and our thumb plays the fifth string while one of our fingers plays the open third string. So the two notes are B on the fifth string, open G on the third string, and with our right hand our thumb plays the fifth string and one of our fingers plays the open third. So just to back up a little ways from this chord here, we had. Now from the beginning. To continue on, we play two single notes now, A, then open B. And I would lift off the middle finger after you've played A as you're playing the B, because you don't want the two notes to blur together. If I keep my finger down, you can hear a bit of a dissonant blurring of the notes. So I'm going to play from the beginning to that point. And then our next chord is like the very first chord in the beginning. C, pressed down on the second string, and the open fifth string played together. So we have, at that point, again from the beginning. Now we go on, keep that finger down, but move over to A with your middle finger and hit that as a single note by itself. So we have back to A, and now you can lift your first finger off because you're going to need to stretch a little bit with your third finger over to the fourth string and press down behind the third fret, which will give you an F. And you hit those two notes together as a chord. I recommend using your thumb on the fourth string and either your index or middle finger on the third string. That is with your right hand. So we have again to A, lift off, and then F and A played as a chord. And then we continue on, two single notes, G sharp to A. So first finger on G sharp, third string, to A, and then move your middle finger across to the fourth string, second fret. Move it across, but still keep your first finger down on the G sharp because you're going to need it in a minute. So two single notes, G sharp to A, move across to the fourth string. Now the right hand hits the fourth and second string together, thumb on the fourth string, and another finger for the second string. Play the two together, and then while those are ringing, you keep the chord shape down. That is the G sharp and the E. Keep them down. Play them together. Hit the G sharp by itself as a single note, and then hit the sixth string and the fourth string together, which are two E's. So we have this sound. From the G sharp to A, you can see it's convenient to keep the G sharp down, even though you're not playing it for a second or two. There. Let's try that from the beginning. That takes us to the end of the first half of Greensleeves. What I recommend you do is use the written material, that is the notes or the tab, to help you learn the tune. But once you've learned each section, commit it to memory Reason why is you don't always want to be looking at a piece of paper, especially if you decide to perform these pieces to your family or your friends. It's far better to memorize as you go along, one bit at a time, and then you can actually develop the ability to perform.